Good afternoon and welcome to New Ideas, New Talk live. So this live of New Ideas and New Opportunity Network. We are keeping traveling around Europe and keeping meeting the partners which are actually member of the network. And where we are going today, we are going to the southeast of Europe. Exactly, we go to Ankara, the capital of Turkey. And we go also from capital to capital, we go to Athens, the capital of Greece. So I want to welcome my guest of today. I welcome Ercan from Ankara.
Hello.
Hi, Ercan, how are you?
I'm fine. Nice to be here. Thanks for inviting me to give you a speech today.
Good afternoon. And I welcome also Ourania from Athens. Hi, Ourania, how are you?
Hello from Athens. Good afternoon, Nino. Good afternoon, Ercan.
Hello, nice to see you.
Everybody.
So what we're gonna do now is I will try to discover more about you. I want to start with actually with Ercan. So we start. I start with Ercan. So just tell us a bit more about your organization. Tell us what you do for your organization, the topic where your organization work.
I am an electronics teacher in the capital city, as you said before, working as an electronics teacher in one of the biggest vocational centers in Ankara, and also representing a smaller network also in the city because I am representing more than one institution, giving some different kinds of services all around the city, also in some places in the country. I am working in vocational education sector since 1994, giving a contribution to the sector with the projects, with the institutions that I am contacted with the help of also New Ideas, New Opportunities Network, and to guide them to be involved in European-based initiatives.
Okay, that is really interesting and nice. So let's know more also about the other guest. Let's know more also about Ourania. Hi, Ourania. So also, can you say a bit more of who you are? Actually, the organization, also something about the organization you represent. Just to know more about you, and so then we go to the topics.
So, my name is Ourania Xylouri. I am one of the co-founders of the Athens Lifelong Learning Institute. My educational background is in sociology. I have graduate studies in international human resource management. I have over 20 years of professional experience in the field of lifelong learning, and I have worked in the areas of adult education, of vocational education and training, and in the area of capacity building. And I have participated in the design and management of numerous very large scale and complex, but even smaller and more sophisticated national and European projects. So my organization, the Athens Lifelong Learning Institute, is a research and education institute based in Athens, as we said, Greece. And our aim is to enhance innovation processes, mainly in the areas of lifelong learning, human capital development, and social inclusion. Our organization brings together experts from the fields of digitization and the new media, active citizenship, entrepreneurship and innovation, social participation, human rights.
So today we will try to talk about a lot of things. I want to start talking a bit more again with Ercan. So Ercan, can you say a bit more about the engagement of the organization in education? So what you do exactly connected with the topic of education?
As I said you before, I am working in one of the vocational centers in Ankara. I am also working as teacher almost 25 years past with the vocational and adult education providers, also giving some trainings in the companies in some institutions, especially which caused me to get connected with the network. Another foundation named as BOSEV. We are working in health sector with the hospitals, clinics, and medical centers. We are giving different kinds of training to the professionals working in the health sector. As I am experienced in the Ortaköy 80. Yıl Vocational Education Center for years, giving to the learners in different technical topics, and we are quite involved in educational initiatives all around the city, not only in vocational education but also in adult education. We are
So, as far as I understood, it's not educational, just as you said. You are not concentrated just in a small target of education, so not in one age, but you cover, like to say, from vet education to what you say, to adult education. Is it right?
And also, I am representing one of the biggest regional authority in the city, Mamak district of national education. We are responsible for over 200 schools in the region. We are trying to guide them to be connected with the European peers to give contribution to educational purposes under the projects that we are composed. And in last years, we are trying to compose different kinds of projects with the network members.
I understand. So from the education sector, we go again to our guest Ourania, just to understand a bit more. Okay, Ercan just spoke about actually lifelong learning, because from the vet sector to the adult education. So this year was a challenge year, I think, for the education sector, because we couldn't be actually in touch, we couldn't be in the class. So it helped a lot, maybe all the tools we have now as internet, social media. So I want to talk with you a bit more about digitalization, which actually is one of the topic you cover. Is it right?
Yes, that is indeed right. Thank you very much for this question, Nino. This last year did indeed bring this as a top priority and top in our agendas. And digitization is one of our main priorities. We do indeed have a number of very interesting projects in this field. I would like to refer especially to one of them, to the European Media Coach project that is currently drawing to an end. The purpose of this project was to improve the media literacy level of children and youth by training educators, youth workers, parents, librarians, and others on the enormous potential of the new digital means and on the challenges that these may pose for the health and safety of children. In this project, we had the opportunity to train a very large number of people all over Europe, more than 500. And these people have now been certified as media coaches, which is a new profession for Europe that has started from the Netherlands.
So, what exactly the media coach does?
Yes, the media coach now is, as I said, a new profession, and he is involved in places where we find young people. We find young people in schools, in libraries, in youth organizations. This is a recognized profession during which media coaches undertake activities that help children and youth familiarize with what the new media is, but also to be aware of the dangers of the new media. We don't take, however, a protectionist stance in this approach. We want people to understand more the potential that this new digital age brings about, but also to be aware of how these can be used for the benefit of people.
That is really, really interesting. So let's going back again to education, because actually this year the digitalization was used actually to get the students inside the schools. So, Ercan, can you give us an example of maybe a project you maybe developed in the education sector?
As you talked with Ourania about the digitalization is necessary in all fields, and we are always including ICT and related topics and activities into our projects. One of the projects which we have giving quite much importance on it, we formed with Çanakkale University with the professors. We are working together, and also CCI from Cyprus. It's a project called as EHOL. It's aiming to give skills to the elder people to use digital health literature related services effectively, because it's very important also for the elder people. They need a lot of health related information, but when they apply to the internet for the first time, they face a lot of information, and also not called as information, we can call it as disinformation. So in this case, they need some skills and competences to use this information. Another option in this project that we aim to give them a wide experience, wide view to the content is to use the service provided by the governments, which they have to be much more familiar to use these kind of opportunities, facilities provided by the government. In this case, we prepared 8 models to be used in digital health literacy based needs for the elder people. We moved this content to the mobile application, and also we included this kind of quite rich information into a guidebook, which can be used by the professionals in the field to use in their ongoing training activities, which we called as adaptation toolkit, can be used in any similar kind of needs when they wish to give this information, contribution and content to the elder people in their facilities, in their institutions. Not important to be an adult education provider. You may need it in home care services whenever you get connected with the elder people in this kind of cases.
So actually, something which is actually really needed even in this time of during this year of pandemic, because you know that the people, the weaker people, actually are the more affected of this nowadays, and the one they have to be a bit more isolated. In this way, maybe they can be in touch with the society, in touch with the service. I think it's really a really nice project and really contemporary one. I want to ask to both of you actually how the network is helping you on developing such kind of project. And I know actually that you know each other, so maybe it was also because the network. So just to know how the network is helping you on developing your project and developing your ideas. We can start with Ourania.
Yes. Networking is in the heart of our projects. It is the core and kernel of our project. So this is a wonderful opportunity, not only to come into an environment where ideas are born, developed, and very often implemented, but it is also an excellent occasion during which we can come into contact with other organizations to further expand our application. The networking component is also very, very important, given the fact that most of our activities not only involve the development of innovation, but also the transfer of innovation. Mm-hmm. So the transferring of the North and the South, for example, is very, very important. Not only the South learns from the experiences of the North, but we can also be proud of the other way around, occurring also in European projects. We have been very grateful of participating in this very big network of, I would say, colleagues, but also friends now after so many years. And we are really looking forward in this year's event.
So maybe this year, maybe it's a bit missing this part of human contact, that we will have. In general, we have in Brussels every year. But I want to know also from Ercan how the network is helping your organization. Also, you represent not just one organization, but as you represent many. So how the network is helping a bit your organizations.
I know you are also working in the project field for years. This is a good sample that we already connected working with Ourania. As you see in 3 different frames at the moment that we are connected to each other. When you are going to form a kind of projects, we call it sometimes as a child, sometimes as a song, but in general, I call it as a dream. John Lennon says that a saying which I use in general to motivate my team in the beginning of the projects: a dream you dream alone is not a dream. A dream, if you dream together, is the reality. The network provides us to have the same dream to make it a reality. The network consists of a lot of colleagues all over the Europe have the same dream, which we are coming together to make it reality. And we had a lot of projects came through together with the colleagues all over the European countries. In Turkey, the projects are still very popular, and I am trying to guide a lot of institutions to be involved with different projects to get connected with the peers in the European Union, to have the same dream, to make it the reality together with the European colleagues. So it's very valuable for us.
So tomorrow, as we said, the event will be online. So what will happen that we will be all together with this, it's a Zoom challenge actually. So I know that both of you are managing some of the group, the smaller group. And for sure you are trying to prepare at the best all the activity to do with your smaller group. Can you say something in advance? What are you doing at the moment to prepare your small group?
Yeah, let me start, Ourania. This time, please.
Thank you, Ercan. Yes, indeed, I participate in the moderation of 2 roundtables. The one is on digitization and the other one on social entrepreneurship. We have a series of interactive discussions planned over a series of very interesting project ideas that have the potential to transform into wonderful and inspiring projects. So we are looking forward to welcome you tomorrow and the day after, and the event and in our groups.
Oh, that is good. So you will be in the group of digitalization, you say, and VET.
Social entrepreneurship.
Social entrepreneurship, sorry. So Ercan, what you gonna do tomorrow? So in which group you will be and which group you will coordinate?
I will be participating tomorrow sessions for the roundtables. I will be responsible just in the Friday morning with Rumiana from Bulgaria. We will try to manage the roundtable related with the education. There are also some projects, not some. In fact, I wish to keep some of them to myself because I have already seen a lot of projects, very valuable topics already shared with the network. And I will also experience with the Zoom to manage this kind of roundtable for the first time.
So I want to back to the reality. So you know that when we are traveling, when we are having all these projects, there are happening funny things to us. To me, it's actually every time I go abroad for a project, it's a kind of adventure, and every time I have something to tell. I want you just 2 funny stories that happened to you during your trips or during the networks. just we start with Ercan this time.
Thank you. It's also another adventure, as you said. It's not usual for us to stay at home for a long time as we are staying at home, but the children and the wife is quite happy about that. So I'm getting a little bit motivating in this case. It's not usual. Sure, I want to see the colleagues, to travel abroad, to have meetings, to have the same dream together again. But at least nowadays, happy to see all the colleagues are joining us tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow are going to be with us. It's not usual, but we are getting accustomed to live it. Happy to see every colleagues are fine.
So the time actually it's running, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you to be with us, to be also with the audience. You know that it's possible to follow the channels of Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube of New Ideas for New Opportunity. So I suggest to you to share this video as much as possible, and I say to all the guests that we will see tomorrow for maybe the event, and the next live will be on Monday, and actually will be with the person you just mentioned. Will be with Ourania Xylouri from Bulgaria. So thanks a lot, and see you tomorrow, and cross our fingers for the cooperation for next year.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.